Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 11 reaction video. So the trailer for the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath Kollection just dropped this morning. We had a preview hint that it was going to be coming yesterday, and people have been waiting for quite a while to see what's going to happen now that Season 1 of Mortal Kombat is over. Now we have some idea of what's to come from what we gathered from the little preview from yesterday. There's going to be some story mode DLC, but other than knowing that Shang Tsung is showing up and basically telling Liu Kang, hey, you have to stop what you're doing or you're gonna cause problems for everyone, we don't really know for sure what's happening. As far as new characters, a future combat pack, there have been a variety of potential leaks and spoilers that have come out over the past few months, so there's all sorts of ideas out there of what may or may not be coming, what may or may not be true. So I'm hoping that this trailer might give us a little bit of a confirmation or a deconfirmation for some of those things. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Our work is finished, Liu Kang.
Lord Raiden.
It falls upon you.
And I do think it's interesting, so this means the Katana Liu Kang ending is not canon. This is going to be canon, which is kind of sad, but does let it continue, I guess, so.
Cease, Liu Kang, before you doom us
go.
all. Shang Tsung.
Okay, and it was Fujin.
Without it, you can't restart history. Send me into the past to steal the crown from my island before the hourglass shatters.
Fujin and Shang Tsung, interesting combination.
Because I am a snake who's toiled beside Kronika, learning her secrets. I know them. Do you?
I'm so glad we get him in story mode and that. Oh, okay, Fujin, here we go, here we go. Is that Deadpool? Yes! And that's Soul Chamber! And Sheeva! Oh, okay. Oh, she's got those classic Shokan moves. Command grab. Oh! Alright, Sheeva looks badass.
But whose help?
Welcome back, Your Highness.
What have you done?
Story mode! Forcing
I must
down.
ask, sorcerer, how long before you betray us?
I
Instantly.
find your lack of faith amusing.
Twist on the Darth Vader line, is it? Deadpool!
She can aid us against Kronika.
I was her protector for life. Shang Tsung has become far too dangerous, and I doubt his new allies realize quite how dangerous he is.
Of course he's gonna betray everyone, that's what
can
he
predict
does.
what happens next. Not even me.
10-10, need backup now.
Is this?
You are under arrest.
Alright, so
dirtbag.
Robocop was real. Okay. Friendships, new stages, three new characters. The friendship? The friendship? Oh, and hey, look at, okay. People have been wanting those skins for a long time. Okay, alright. So there's a lot that was happening there. Okay, so just to start with, I'm gonna say, from what I've seen here so far, I need to go and gather some more information about certain things before I can have definitive thoughts. But from what I've seen, there's a couple of disappointments to me, and a lot of really exciting, awesome looking stuff. So, to get the disappointments out of the way to begin with, right off the bat. One, so the Robocop leak was true, apparently. Robocop is going to be DLC, he is going to be in the game. So, I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are big fans of Robocop and the Robocop films who are going to be all about this, like, yes, For me personally, this is the least exciting DLC we've had so far, and I mean that by far. Partially because I think that it just seems somewhat repetitious. You know, you have the idea of a cybernetic sort of individual. You know, I know he's very different than the Terminator character, but I'm curious how they're going to make him interesting enough. And then, I mean, we even have, you know, in the story of Mortal Kombat itself, characters like Cabal, who at one point in the storyline canon were former police officers who were horribly scarred and injured and then had to be, like, physically enhanced in order to survive, and then they became a different sort of individual. So, like, I don't know, it just seems kind of like not a particularly exciting inclusion to me, but we'll see, you know, we'll see what he turns out to be like, what they can do with him, and if there's people out there that are super psyched for Robocop, you know, do let me know, and let me know why you think that would be cool. But that to me is like, not great. You know, I'm not a huge guest characters person anyway, and that in particular doesn't seem super exciting, but moving on. So the second thing that is kind of seems disappointing to me is 3, right? The number 3. Everyone was hoping that we would get an announcement of at least 6 new characters to come in the future. And from what we've seen here, it's just 3. But the other side of that, we're getting apparently a pretty big expansion on story mode. So I don't want to complain too much about the number of characters, especially because this isn't necessarily all the characters we're going to end up getting in the long run. It could be that this is just for this particular, like, expansion for the anniversary of MK11, and then in the future we'll still get another, like, full big combat pack with more characters. And if that's the case, that actually would be cooler, right? Because Sheeva and Fujin have been leaked for quite a while as potentially coming. And this would open up a whole new possibility if we still get another combat pack in the future with, say, 6 or even 4 more characters coming. So lots of more options, more space for beloved characters like maybe Melina, I don't know, maybe, we could hope. But so, alright, let's get to the good, the very good. So to start out with, Fujin and Sheeva, alright? So like I said, they've been speculated about, they've been leaked for a really long time, so people kind of expected them to be coming, but you never really know about the legitimacy of those leaks. But here they are both here, confirmed. They are going to be in the game as DLC, and they both look fantastic. I mean, Fujin looks absolutely amazing. He sounds great, so his character design looks good, his moveset looks like it's going to be interesting, and the same thing with Sheeva. You know, I've never really been interested in playing any of the Shokan characters in the past, but she looks kind of badass, and she's got a lot of the classic Shokan moves with her jump, and then she seems to have a pretty good looking command grab, so I'm very curious to see how these characters actually play. I'm very excited to see them come out. I think they're good additions, and I always love it when we get classic MK characters returning, so to me, that's hugely exciting that officially they are confirmed, they're coming back soon. So that's awesome. The story mode looks fantastic. Looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. So based on what we saw so far, it seems like the expansion of the story mode is going to revolve around Shang Tsung, which is phenomenal because Carrie, like, has put his all into this character again so far for this game, and now we're going to get so much more Shang Tsung and so much more Carrie, and that's amazing. And on top of that, it looks like we're going to get some story mode material for our new characters, Fujin and Sheeva, and also, besides Shang Tsung, from what we see, for Nightwolf and Sindel. So that's potentially, what, like at least 5 new story mode chapters in a story mode that I believe, if I'm thinking back correctly, was about 12 chapters. So that's a huge expansion on the story mode coming up, and story mode DLC is not something that NRS has done in the past, and a lot of people have wanted, myself included, so I am extremely excited to see that that is actually coming. So to me, you know, even though yes, I'd like more than 3 characters, and yes, I don't care about Robocop at all, the addition of that story mode stuff is really kind of making me psyched right now. And then, of course, the other big things, the stages we wanted for a long time. Deadpool is here. I'm pretty sure I saw Soul Chamber. We saw what looked to me like the fatality with the Deadpool. And then friendships. And Scorpion's friendship looks adorable. And I'm so excited to see all the friendships for all the other characters. I want to do friendships constantly all the time in Kombat League and be that be that person that just always does friendships. Not just because I think they're fun, but also it'll be cool to have some new enders, since we've all gotten so used to those fatalities over and over again, right? So then, my questions that I have after this that I'm going to have to look into is, what exactly is the cost of everything going to be? So, because it said that May 26th, we're getting a free update. And that free update is going to include friendships and the new stages. So we saw Deadpool and Soul Chamber, but I think it said 3, but maybe I'm wrong. And then stage fatalities generally, so I'm excited to see what other stage fatalities we get, but that is free. So I'm assuming that the characters, and it also said skin packs, which we saw a preview of, so skins that people have been waiting for a long time, especially for Sub-Zero, so that's pretty cool. And the story expansion, I assume, is going to be what's paid for in the collection. So I'm curious exactly how much it's going to cost. And it says that is available in 20 days, in the end of May. So what exactly is it that is available right at that time? The story mode, I assume, but is it all of the characters at once? It didn't indicate anything about a gradual release date, which we've had in the previous Kombat pack. That was pretty explicitly made clear, one at a time. It didn't say that this time. So are we getting them all at once? Because if that is happening, that would just blow my mind. That would be amazing. And again, I think if that is happening, that would also leave open a huge possibility that we are getting a separate Kombat pack with a bunch more characters in the future too. And so that we're really just getting more characters than we even thought is possible if we're getting all 3 of these at once and just a month. And then the other thing to think about, if that is the case, so with all this that's happening in the world right now, with this pandemic, so NRS has somehow managed, in the background of all this, to create a whole hell of a lot of new content. 3 characters, all together, a bunch of story mode chapters, friendships, new stages, all of this. So that's a hell of a lot of work. So, I mean, and that's a lot of big changes coming pretty soon, right? So I'm excited. Even though, like I said, there's some disappointments, I'm really excited about this, guys. So yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough here, as I tend to do. But if you have thoughts about this, you know, let me know. What do you think about what you see, about the new story mode, about the new characters that are coming? Are you disappointed about anybody or anything you've seen? Do you think we'll get more in the future besides this? Are you gonna do a bunch of friendships in Kombat League in the near future like me and be that person? So yeah, just let me know, guys. But I'm super excited and happy about this, alright? So I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you so much for joining me today, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.